Okay, so now let me explain to you what's going on here. First, let's click on a new game. Okay, when we start the page, the game is empty, which is in the center, this board. It is called out by this board controller, which is coming from our packages that we've just installed. And then this state of the board, which is, it checks the state if it is flipped or not, which is what we are changing here when we click on flip board, which is on this icon button down here. This, it just changes the state of the flipping to true or false, which is what is up here. The boolean, first it is false, it is not flipped, and then when we click it, when you click this icon, it calls this method flipboard. This method, if you hold Control on Windows and click on it, to take you to the method, which is this one. This method is just going to set the state of the flip. If it is true, it will set it to false. If it is false, it will set it to true. That's why the board can flip like that. Okay, and then the new game button, it just resets the game, which is again when we go to this method, which is this method, it just sets this to true, and then the game, which is initialized here with our package, this game, the bishop.game, sets the game, which is set to the variation of the game to be a standard chess game. Okay, so this is, it will be set to the standard game, and then the state of the game will be set to the player. The player meaning you as a human, you will be player 0. This is an int. If it white is 0, black is 1. Okay, so it sets you to white, and then it just now sets state to refresh the game. Okay, and then there's this method now on move. This one, what happens here is when we come back to the board controller here, so the state is set here whether you are white or black, which is player state, and then the move, the state is also set by the move after you have played the move in this method on move. And then on move, now whenever you move or pre-move, which is you know the pre-move, once you play, and you can play the move before even the other user presenting to do. So on pre-move, on move, and on pre-move, we are going to call this method on move. What this method does is it's going to make the square move with the move that we have done. If we come here and print our move, print move, then we can say $, and then put our move here. We are going to print the move that we have played here. So this method here, which returns a boolean, it's going to get into the game and make a square move, which is the move that we have done, and then it will return true or false. If it returns true, meaning the move is valid, it's going to change the state of the game to set the player to black, because white has played. The player now will be 1 instead of 0, so that white can play, it will be black's 10. Okay, and then once that is done, this method is true, and then it sets the state to black's 10. Now we'll check again inside the state. There is player state dot, it's going to check that inside the state, if player state it is there 10, meaning white has played, and AI thinking, which is a boolean, it's up here. If AI is not thinking, that's why there's this exclamation mark, is going to set state to AI thinking to true. If this is not true, it's going to set it to true. And then after a delay here, we wait for the future, we wait for milliseconds, which is this time here, and then after this random time we will wait, and then we make a random move. So all of these game make random move, game make square move, they are in this package of the bishop game. Okay, so if we right click, if we hold control and go to this make random move, we go inside this package, and then we can see this is how it's making the random, this is how it's making the random move, this is how it's getting the random move. You can also make a string move, you can also make a move sun. All these methods are there in this package that we got. Okay, so here it's making a random move, that's why we can see whenever I play, it's just going to make a random move after a slight delay here, like that. If I play, it's going to make a random move. Okay, and then after it makes a random move here, it's going to set the state now to is thinking false, and then it's going to return the state to black has played. Now it's going to return it to 0, the player to white. That's what happens in this on move. Okay, I hope that is clear. And then this init state is reset game is called whenever we start whenever this class starts init state, it's going to reset the board, is going to start a new game, and then we're going to call this reset again when you click this new game. Okay, so that is it about this. I hope that was clear about my explanation about this method and this and the reset game. But all of these we are going to advance them. It's going to be much more than this, because this is just a basic one, and we know our application, there's a lot of things going on. We have time, we are not even playing with this computer which is playing a random move. In our case, we are playing against Stockfish, which is playing good moves and strong ones that we can't even beat it. And then there is also playing against another human. So this was just about explaining about what we have just copied from the package, then putting it here. In the next one, we are going to start implementing our methods. Thank you guys, and see you in the next video.